Hello, everybody. Today I'll be bringing you I'm Hybrid, and today I'll be bringing you a review of Young Justice episode 25, titled "Usual Suspects." And basically, kind of synopsis of it is beginning of the episode. We see the Hall of Justice. Superman gives us kind of a speech because they're inducting the 5 new members to the Justice League, being Red Arrow, Doctor Fate, Atom, Plastic Man, and Icon. So then later on, they comment how, Captain Marvel is still on the team, even though he kind of lied to them about being secretly Billy Batson slash a kid. But besides that, later on, Icon, after the celebrations or the induction's over, they go to see how the sidekicks, so to speak, are doing, and learn they're gone. They're gone because they go to the Smoky Mountains as Artemis' sister supposedly boarded a plane, and that's where it crashed. So basically they get ambushed though when they go there, and throughout the ambush, Superboy, he uses his last shield. So basically he needs more. Lex Luthor contacts him about that, and later on he goes to meet with him at Santa Prisca. Also, while he's there, you see Miss Martian there, as Queen Bee blackmailed her in a previous episode. And then, as well, you see Artemis there, as her father, I guess, talked her into joining them. Even though you do later find out that it was just a plan that the team made, because Superboy kind of came out and he said what was going on between the shields and like being half human and who his half-human donor was, stuff like that. And after that happened, Artemis came out, and then Miss Martian came out, which is pretty interesting because she also reviewed her true Martian form. And contrary to popular belief by mostly her, nobody really rejected her. Aqualad seemed to be confused by this, asking, do we really seem that shallow to you? And then Superboy accepted, who she truly is, and that's a pretty cool thing, I guess. But later on, basically, so Artemis' sister, one of the reasons they were tracking her is because she had a suitcase that they were supposed to get in New Orleans, but they ended up losing at one of their previous missions. So with that being said, they retrieve it, and there's some weird bio nanotech thing in there, which kind of begs the question, what's going on? I believe that the genetic the bio whatever it is, it's like Starro, as we've seen a lot of Starro lately, but who knows. And Batman's looking at it at the Watchtower because they're having a induction party, and then you see Red Arrow place kind of one of those one of the things on him, and it kind of takes over his mind. At least it seems like it takes over his mind, and it seems that Red Arrow must have put them on everybody as well, because of the fact that everybody's participating in this weird way. And then Batman operates the Zeta Beam transport, which brings Vandal Savage to the Watchtower, where everybody just starts kneeling on him. And then Red Arrow realizes, I guess, somehow he's not being controlled anymore. And he's like, oh snap, I'm the mole. And the Vandal Savage is like, yeah, you're the mole. So, it's very interesting because it's kind of like a twist. I don't think anyone really expected Red Arrow to be the mole, considering it was supposed to be someone on the team. And yes, I know Red Arrow, he was on the team a little bit, but not very long to really be considered a member of the team. So that was kind of weird, actually. But besides that, I guess I'll just get to critiquing the episode, I guess, doing the review part of it. Alright, so a few pros I liked about the episode was a continuality. And by that I mean the fact that you had the inductions from the previous episode where they're doing the voting. You also had the kind of all those things that was happening between the blackmail from Queen Bee, the shields, kind of like the drug addict like thing for Superboy, and then also the kind of family thing going on with Sportsmaster and Artemis. So I like the continuality there. I also liked how the Riddler was in the episode, and he actually said a few riddles, and they're actually kind of clever, especially the ambush one. So I like that. I didn't really get the whole look of him though, with like the missing tooth. That's what it looked like at least, and whatnot. But still, it was nice to see a kind of not so featured villain in a kind of fitting role. And then also you have Vandal Savage, who, I don't know, he seemed to be looking at the sun, which made me immediately think of Justice League Doom with this whole sun electromagnetic kind of trail plot thing. So I know it was like kind of the same character designs between the show Justice League Doom, and it's been said that it's not the same universe, obviously, but it still makes me think, are they going to pull something similar to that off with Vandal Savage? Like, who knows? But also, another pro was that the full team was here, with Zatanna, and then you had Aqualad back as well, and obviously Superboy, Miss Martian, Kid Flash, Artemis, and yeah, basically the whole team. It seems that they also got a new member. I'll get to that as well later on. And the final kind of pro I wrote down was the fight scenes. The reason why I have the fight scenes on there is because there's about two major fight scenes. The one when they're in the mountains, kind of, when they're ambushed, and then the one later on after that when they trick the Lex Luthor and Sportsmaster, Queen Bee. They trick all of them. Yeah, it was a pretty cool fight actually, and it was a great way to show off kind of the negative effects of the shields. Like they hinted to it, but you never really kind of saw it. So I thought that was a kind of neat way of putting that in there, even though I bet most people figured out that eventually something would happen regarding the shields while he was in combat. But yeah, so I like those few things that I mentioned. But the one thing I really didn't like was Rocket. And she's the sidekick of Icon. The reason I didn't like her at all is, it's mostly because of like her attitude, really. Like, I don't know, it's just, I think the team was fine the way they are. I don't think they really need to add a new member. And I also don't think she'll be really on the team that long, considering all the kind of posters, promos for the new season that I've seen haven't had her, and not even Zatanna either, but they've only had the original members of the team. So yeah, but by attitude and everything, I mean the fact that the way she was always talking to everybody and how she was like, "Oh, this sucks. I hate being in here." But then she looks at Superboy and is like, "Oh, well, maybe I don't." Which there's nothing wrong with that, obviously, but obviously there's gonna be the people out there that are like, "Oh, it's because they're both black." That obviously they're gonna have a romantic relationship, and then to that I respond, well, who knows? Like, obviously she showed interest in him, but that's not because she's black. And then I was watching with my friend Dave, and he was like, why does she talk like such a stereotypical black chick? Doesn't make any sense. Like, she doesn't have to sound like that. And he's kind of right. She did have that kind of stereotypical black talk, so to speak. I'm not trying to be racist at all, but, just the way, like, a lot of it was just her attitude with the way she was talking all the time. And I'm not trying to slam the voice actor at all, but just the way she always responded to things and how she reacted to it. Like, a lot of this was in the beginning of the episode too, where she got a lot of dialogue in, but later on in the episode she didn't really talk that much, and she didn't really seem like such a not fitting character. And I think that's really just the thing that bothered me about her, was the fact that she just really didn't fit with the team, at least to me. So that was just the most con in the episode I really had with it. But without that, it seemed like a pretty great episode either way, honestly. I recommend watching this, and I hope I'll add a spoiler alert to the description if you read the description, hopefully you'll see that, because I know I probably leaked a few things about the episode, so I'm sorry about that if it spoiled it for you. But even if I did, still watch it, because I didn't cover everything. It was just a really kind of brief run through of everything. So yeah, that's it. I recommend watching it, and hybrid out.